Hi, assalamu alaikum everyone. So this image actually speaks, I read this somewhere, that a picture speaks 1,000 words. Now this picture actually speaks a lot. There's a man who doesn't, the man who they're trying to force out of a container doesn't have any weapons in their hands. On the other side, you see weapons and sticks in the hands of the rangers who actually pushed a man who was a loyal supporter of Pakistan Muslim League, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, and they're trying to actually throw him out, and that person was actually killed when the rangers forcefully, while he was praying, used sticks and weapons to throw him out of that container. Now, if only this picture could be circulated, to the international media and to the international community, maybe somebody in this world will wake up to this brutal behavior bestowed upon this brutal behavior bestowed on innocent civilians by a barbaric government of Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, headed by his pathetic, disgusting, incompetent, incapable ministers like Atta Tara and Mohsen Naqvi, Mariam Aurangzeb and Uzma Buhari and blah, 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 blah. This is what General Asim Munir has done to his own people in Pakistan. This is what a Hafiz-e-Quran shakhs does. Why do we want people who read the Quran? This is one of the reasons I honestly, I don't respect people who learn the Quran by heart, though they have a very high honor in the eyes of Allah. But you can recite the ayahs as much as you want. If you don't understand the meaning of the Quran, if you don't understand what is Allah trying to teach you through his ayahs in the Quran, what is the purpose of learning those ayahs by heart? What level would you achieve by learning a Quran by heart, by what you're doing is killing innocent civilians in the middle of the night? How do you even justify yourself in front of Allah when you stand in front of Allah? What is the justification of killing an innocent man who's sitting on a container praying and fighting for the right of his leader? Do you see any weapons in this picture in that person's hand? Do you see any guns in this person's hand? Do you see a stick in this person's hand? You see all these three things in the opposing party, which are the rangers and the army, and they are doing this to that person. How difficult is it to interpret this picture and video where they're actually throwing a man over there? How difficult is this? I hope people can explain this to me with common sense. And what was he doing on that container? He was just sitting and praying. These rangers couldn't even have the courage. I don't know whether these were Muslims or non-Muslims. They didn't even have the courage to let the person complete his prayer. This alone, the video and the picture, speaks volumes of the incompetency, the mental status of these barbaric criminals sitting in the government. And I think this is the word I'm going to use for all the barbaric criminals in the sitting government of the sitting government. These are barbaric criminals, brutally killing people for no reason. This is barbaric and brutal is the word that I'm going to use for them. They're inhuman people in the sitting government. No language that I use for them. No bad vocabulary that I use for them. The bad language I use for these barbaric criminals in the government will bring back the dead lives of the people who've been innocently killed. Where does it say in the Quran to you that if somebody, give me one ayah in the Quran that tells you that if somebody says bad things about you, you go and kill them. You brutally murder them. And you kill people who are not even involved in that. And it's the ministers of the barbaric criminals in the government who have said themselves they were people dancing and chanting. They didn't even have water bottles or food or medical supplies or even space to, stay at night or blankets to cover themselves from the cold at night. And this is what a mental retarded regime of the sitting government of Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz has done to them. Barbaric criminals in the government. This is the behavior you bestow upon people who come to your city. This picture speaks volumes. They don't have weapons. And to that person who calls himself a Hafiz-e-Quran, I hope Allah gives you the hidayah to understand the meaning of the statements of the Quran. Allah doesn't give you the right to brutally kill a person who's just sitting on the container and praying. And this video is recorded in daylight. How do you justify being a Hafiz-e-Quran when you're doing these sorts of behaviors which basically demonstrate a mental status? People say a lot of bad things about political leaders and big people all around the world in the country. They don't go and brutally start killing those people. And just being a Muslim, and if you've read Hazrat Surah Yusuf and all the number of surahs in the Quran, because I read them with the translation, I don't even remember one incident, not in Surah Yusuf or anywhere. Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam went to prison for a number of years because some women said some bad things about him. He never retaliated. There's a beautiful ayah where Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam says, he prays to Allah, and anybody who wants to challenge me, open Surah Yusuf, check this ayah. He says this to Allah. This is his dua that you can Google online, where Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam prayed to Allah to take me to prison, to protect me from the people who are harming me, from the bad those people are going to do to me. So take me to prison. And Allah heard, and people may not know, it was Yusuf alayhi salam's prayer that Allah heard. To protect him from bad people, he took him into the prison. Ye Yusuf ki apni dua thi. He could have prayed. Fine, he's a prophet. He could have prayed. He could have prayed to Allah that these women have said bad things about me, do something bad to them. There is not even one ayah in the Quran, in Surah Yusuf, which says Hazrat Yusuf went against the woman who said a word bad about them. मारना तो बहुत दूर की बात है. इस्लाम में एक बेगुनाह का कत्ल is like killing everybody. These are numbers of innocent civilians that have been killed. Because the government has no justification for them. तो इस वास्ते आपने हॉस्पिटल्स को बंद कर दिया है कि आप हमारे डेड बॉडीज की डिटेल्स नहीं दें. It was a straight fire. Their videos, their anchor persons, local, national and international, their straight fires being shot at people. There are people on ground in Islamabad and Pindi, anchor persons to reporters, to civilians who are reporting this has actually happened. आप किस तरह किसी को 22 करोड़ 23 करोड़ की आवाम को बेवकूफ बना सकते हैं? This one video and image should be circulated around the world. The video and the image as well. आपने लोगों की गाड़ियां तोड़ दी. You've ruined people's property. You've damaged everything for them. Who gave the right to a sitting government that people who are chanting and dancing, and please quote the exact words of that barbaric criminal in the government of Tatar. Who gave you the right to damage properties and cars and vehicles of ordinary people? Did you find any weapons in the car? Did you find any bomb grenades in the car? Did you find any other sort of sticks in that vehicle? There's nothing in those vehicles. आपने किसी की लाखों की गाड़ियां तबाह कर दी. I can use the worst language for Pakistan's barbaric criminals at that moment. I can use the worst language for them at this moment. The issue is that language will not bring back the lives of the people. ये common sense भी कोई चीज होती है. अल्लाह ने सबको नहीं देता. ये जो लोग मारे गए हैं, बेगुनाह लोग मारे गए हैं, मैं जितना पाकिस्तान मुस्लिम नवाज की सिटिंग बारबैरिक क्रिमिनल गवर्नमेंट को बुरा भला कह दूं, मैं जो भी जबान इस्तेमाल कर लूं, आप इन लोगों को जिंदा नहीं कर सकते. You've killed innocent civilians. They are missing, they are killed, they are injured. He's a man who's praying. उसके हाथ में तो कुछ है ही नहीं है. Saying something bad about somebody might hurt them. It doesn't kill them. I went through a lot of bullying harassment. I've heard the worst things on the way in people in workplaces. But I'm still alive. I have a voice. I still protest. But people who've been died, आप उनको वापस नहीं ला सकते. What is the purpose of kidnapping, reporters who are just sharing news about these things? आपने उन सहाफियों को अगवा करना शुरू कर दिया. Can you bring these people back to life? आप इन लोगों को वापस ला सकते हैं? I don't think so. And it's a very simple thing. Even if you're a Hafiz al-Quran, how do you justify to Allah these criminal acts? People can say worse about you. Your life will move forward. You will move forward. That doesn't give you the right to kill somebody's husband or children or kids or brother or relatives, whatever. That doesn't give you that right. या आपको किसने दे दिया कि आपके बारे में किसी ने बहुत बुरा भला कहा, so you have the right to go kill them like that? Give me one ayah of the Quran that justifies this. Give me one surah that justifies this. And leave the rest. Leave sabko alag kar de. Where did in Surah Yusuf Allah said that has a Yusuf alayhi salam prayed to Allah to do something bad to the woman who said bad things about him? A prophet's stature was something very different. वो prophets अब exist नहीं करते. He prayed to Allah, and this is the exact translation of the ayah. ये यूसुफ अलैहिस्सलाम की दुआ थी. He prayed to Allah to protect me, to save me, send me to prison. और अल्लाह ने उनको भेज दिया prison में. They are prayers of the prophet, you see. Hazrat Ayyub alayhi salam went through a very troubling period. He was ill, he lost everything. He prayed to Allah to save him, and Allah saved him. There's a dua that's related to that. Hazrat Musa alayhi salam was in trouble. He prayed to Allah and Allah sent support to him. ये दुआएं इन prophets की हैं जो कि हम मुख्तलिफ वक़ात में पढ़ते हैं. Hazrat Yunus alayhi salam's prayer, La ilaha anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin, he kept reciting that when he was eaten by a whale. And this is also quoted in the Quran. ये उनकी दुआ थी, और इन दुआ, and that it was the power of that दुआ जो ला इलाहा की वजह से अल्लाह ने उनको अंधेरे में से, वेल की बैली में से बाहर निकाला था. These are the prophets' duas that we recite in different times. In every dua, they've prayed for themselves, for their ummah, for their people, for Allah to guide them and to give them hadayah. हर एक में वो अल्लाह से गाइडेंस मांगते थे और अल्लाह की मदद मांगते थे. कभी किसी ने ये नहीं कहा होगा, आपने देखा होगा जी फलां से जाके बदला ले लो. We are Muslims. We read the Quran. What is the purpose of learning the Quran by heart if you can't even interpret one single meaning of the Quran? Why would Allah give you Jannah for learning the Quran by heart while you're doing is killing, brutally murdering innocent civilians for no reason? I don't need to use any sort of a bad language for these people. Because, honestly, using a bad language for a barbaric criminal government will not bring back the lives of the people who are dead. You can't bring back those people that you've killed. मैं जो मर्जी चाहे ज़बान इस्तेमाल कर लूँ, अगर आपने किसी के घर में किसी फर्द को कत्ल कर दिया या मार दिया और उसको दफना दिया मट्टी में, would my using of a bad language bring that person back from the dead? How difficult is to compare these two situations? And then the second thing, as per the words of a barbaric criminal minister sitting in the current government, there were people chanting and dancing on their cars. This is what you do to people who are dancing and chanting on their cars and peacefully protesting? I don't know where is the international community. I don't know where is the international media. Why don't you guys speak up? This image and video should be rotated around the world. There should be pressure on the Pakistani government to leave and just get lost. Somebody to tell the government of Pakistan to get lost. Somebody should fix these army generals like anything. You call yourself a Hafiz al-Quran. This is what a Hafiz al-Quran does. What is the purpose of you for learning a chapter or two of the Quran by heart when you don't even know what those words mean? When you can't even interpret the language in the Quran is how Allah connects to you. Right? That's our way of directly connecting to Allah. If you don't understand, it's common sense. Allah speaks to you through the Quran and the namaz. So when Allah is trying to speak to you through the Quran, He's trying to tell you something. If you don't understand what He is saying, you don't understand the meaning of that Arabic language or whatever Allah is trying to tell you, why learn those ayahs by heart? People can give me a fatwa on me, but why would you want to learn the Quran by heart when you don't even know the meaning? Or you don't even understand what Allah is trying to tell you through those ayahs? I'm a very ordinary citizen, mein, to bahut aam Musliman. And I've used maybe the worst language for people who I think are enemies. But does that give those people the right to stop me from living my life? Or sending people to bully, harass me on the right, physically harming me and troubling me day and night, using animals to bully and harass, or sending somebody to murder and kill me? Or would I go back and do this to the same people? I am a follower of the Prophet, peace be upon him. So I had the courage and integrity. I went to people to apologize, from younger people, half my age, to apologize. And I showed them the evidence. I'm not a munafiq. I showed them the evidence and the messages on my phone. The message that had been directly sent as well. But आप किसी के बारे में लाख भी बुरा कह ले, I hope people will understand one thing. You can say a lot of bad things about people, but they're still alive, they're moving forward in their lives, their children are moving forward in their lives. But when you kill somebody, आपने जब किसी को जमीन से ही हटा दिया, मार के जमीन के अंदर डाल दिया, you cannot bring that person back. They were innocent people who've been brutally killed by a barbaric government. I hope Allah takes revenge from these people. I hope in लोगों का खून आएगा नहीं जाएगा. I hope Allah will question them in a way that they will remember for the rest of their lives. Please protest for them. This is my humble request as an ordinary person, an ordinary citizen of Pakistan. Please I am humbly requesting, share these images, share the videos as much as you can. Allah की ज़ात के अलावा आपको कोई भी कुछ नहीं दे सकता है, ना आपसे कुछ ले सकता है. Share them as much as you can. Raise your voice and protest as much as you can. Peacefully protest, but please protest, because this is not we want to happen to ourselves or somebody else. आज आप किसी के लिए नहीं बोलेंगे, कल लोग आपके लिए नहीं बोलेंगे. If you don't speak up for these people, you have my word, nobody is going to speak for you ever. Speak up for these people. This is what you need to do now. Share these videos internationally. Use hashtags. Share them, spread them like anything. At least what we can do is we can get justice. We can get justice to the people who've been innocently killed. We can help find people who are missing. We can help find people get back to their families. They're real videos. They're not fake videos. They're live videos of reporters and anchors on spot. I think even if the reporters don't speak, I don't think they're Muslims then. Stay safe, people. Share and protest peacefully as much as you can. Peaceful protest, but do share. Take good care of yourselves. May Allah keep us all safe in His Aman. May Allah be Hafiz and Nasir always. Take care, Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much for listening.